I couldn't believe the depth of Jack's betrayal as I found myself trapped in the heart of the grid, surrounded by its pulsating energy. The eerie glow of the digital world's landscape only accentuated my sense of foreboding. How could he have turned against me, setting me up as bait for Clue, the malevolent ruler of this simulated realm? Jack, whose loyalty I had trusted without question, now stood on the side of the oppressor, leaving me at the mercy of Rinsler, Clue's merciless enforcer. As I gazed at the luminous light cycles streaking across the grid's horizon, a surge of determination replaced my initial shock. If Jack thought I would be a mere pawn in his treacherous game, he had gravely underestimated the strength of my will. I vowed to fight back, to find a way to escape this digital prison and turn the tables on those who sought to use me as a bargaining chip in their power struggle. Rinsler's presence loomed like a shadow over the grid, his identity disk gleaming with a deadly light that spoke of unforgiving precision. I knew I had to tread carefully, for any misstep could mean instant annihilation in this unforgiving environment. The stakes had never been higher, and every move I made had to be calculated with precision if I were to have any chance of survival. In the distance, I caught a glimpse of Clue's imposing silhouette, a reminder of the ultimate threat that loomed over us all. His control over the grid was absolute, his power extending to every corner of this digital domain. Jack's betrayal had sealed my fate as a pawn in Clue's grand design, but I refused to accept that my destiny was out of my hands. With a steely resolve hardening within me, I prepared to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Escape seemed like an insurmountable task, but I was not alone in this struggle. Somewhere, amidst the shifting light and shadows of the grid, a glimmer of hope flickered, a beacon that promised redemption and a chance to defy the odds stacked against me. As I plotted my next move within the confines of the grid, a faint sound caught my attention. Turning towards the source, I saw a figure emerging from the shadows, moving with a fluid grace that set them apart from the rigid structures of this digital world. It was Alexa, her eyes filled with a fierce determination that mirrored my own. Relief washed over me at the sight of her, knowing that I was not alone in this harrowing ordeal. Jack, her voice cut through the oppressive stillness of the grid, carrying a distinct note of urgency. We don't have much time. Clue's grip on this simulation is tightening, and Rinsler's patrols are growing more vigilant by the nanosecond. Alexa's words served as a stark reminder of the ever-present danger that lurked around every digital corner, ready to crush any hope of escape. I nodded in silent agreement, understanding the gravity of our situation. Time was indeed a luxury we could ill afford in this hostile environment. We need to find a way to disrupt Clue's control over the grid, I replied, my mind racing with potential strategies to outmaneuver our oppressors. Alexa's presence gave me a renewed sense of purpose, a conviction that together, we could overcome the odds stacked against us. As we delved deeper into the labyrinthine pathways of the grid, each step fraught with peril, a plan began to take shape in my mind. If we could locate the central core that powered this simulated world, perhaps we could destabilize Clue's hold and create an opening for our escape. The risks were undeniably high, but the prospect of freedom beckoned to us like a distant beacon of hope in the digital darkness. With Alexa by my side, her unwavering resolve matching my own, I knew that our alliance was our greatest strength in the face of betrayal and deception. Together, we would defy the odds, challenge the predetermined fate that awaited us, and forge a new path through the heart of the grid. In this treacherous realm where life and death were mere lines of code, our determination would be the key to unlocking a future beyond the confines of our digital prison. As Alexa and I navigated the intricate pathways of the grid, the hum of digital energy pulsed around us, a constant reminder of the artificial nature of our surroundings. Every corridor we ventured down seemed to lead us deeper into the heart of Clue's domain, bringing us closer to the central core that powered this simulated reality. The tension in the air was palpable, sparking a sense of urgency within us as we pressed forward, determined to confront the source of our captivity. Amidst the glowing structures and flickering data streams, we finally caught sight of the central core, a massive, pulsating orb that radiated an ominous light. This was the linchpin of Clue's control over the grid, the nexus from which his influence spread like a virus through the digital landscape. As we studied the core, a daring plan took shape in our minds, a risky gambit that held the promise of liberation but also the threat of obliteration if we failed. With a shared nod of determination, Alexa and I silently agreed to execute our plan with precision and swiftness. Drawing upon our combined skills and knowledge of the grid's inner workings, we set our strategy into motion, moving with a synchronicity born from trust and a shared goal of freedom. As we approached the central core, its protective barriers shimmered with a defensive energy, ready to repel any unauthorized intrusion. With a decisive gesture, Alexa unleashed a barrage of code fragments designed to destabilize the core's intricate systems, while I stood guard, fending off the grid's automated security protocols. The digital defenses surged to life, unleashing a torrent of obstacles in a last-ditch effort to protect the core from our interference. But we were undeterred, our resolve unwavering as we pushed forward, inch by precarious inch, towards our goal of breaking free from Clue's tyrannical grip. And then, in a blaze of light and sound, the central core faltered, its defenses breached by our relentless assault. The grid shuddered as if in agony, its digital structures quivering with the aftershocks of our daring act of defiance. As the artificial world around us began to destabilize, we knew that our moment of triumph had arrived. With a final, defiant look back at the crumbling remnants of Clue's once imposing domain, Alexa and I stepped into the chaos of the collapsing grid, our eyes fixed on the horizon where a new dawn of freedom awaited.